must do 0063 there for part 10 of I Want to Make a Sandwich. I was not expecting there to be a part 10 to this Let's Play, and this will be my third intro video in this project. Yes, third. Of course, the first one had an intro. Part 8 also had an intro, because at the end of part 7, okay, my screen went black there for some stupid reason, don't know why that happened anyway. Yeah, end of part 7 was at the end of Alpha 0.8 of this game. So we got to, like, in one of the Mario areas, and there was a bunch of the enemies throwing footballs and stuff like that. There was a door there where it went to nowhere, and that was the end of that game. So I pretty much thought that, okay, that was the end of you know, all the content and stuff like that. Then the creator, Piece of Cheese, gave me access to, might have even been unreleased at that point in time, an Alpha 0.9 version, which actually continued on the game, past that door, through the rest of the Mario area, and also into a DuckTales area. But after a couple of parts, I got to a section in a moon area of DuckTales, another door that went to nowhere, so that was the end of that. And I actually called part 9, that's a wrap. Get it? Sandwich wrap? So, yeah, I'm going to have to come up with some more sandwich bread-based puns. I pretty much used all the ones that I want to, so I used roll, bread, baguette, ham, cheese, lettuce, you name it. I used it in my video title. So, yeah, debating whether to change the title of part 9 to that's now not a wrap or something like that. So, but yeah, I'm going to have to come up with some more. I'd like to even sort of been saying that off the top of my head that I've been relishing getting back to playing this game, but it's only been a week or so since the game was released, and indeed I was informed that it's been out, so I haven't exactly been chomping at the bit, eagerly anticipating playing this or something. So yeah, I have to think up some more sandwich-based puns. What else do I want to keep this intro fairly short, because yeah, like I said, it's been my third intro. So yeah, I think the only other thing I was, as we sort of kick off properly, or hopefully we can get to the menu if it doesn't stall out, is just to mention before we get onto it, or onto the actual game, that there is no challenge mode in this in the game anymore. So this version 1.0 it's now fully complete. As far as I'm aware, so yeah, there is no challenge mode now. So of course, continuing on this Let's Play, it will have to be done on normal mode. And unfortunately, somewhat regrettably, my save file did not work across versions of the game. I'm not sure why, whether it was something to do with challenge mode or whether it was even just possibly like not named in the same style as it was previously, but I could have maybe mucked around with that, I don't know. But you know, at the end of the day, I learnt this game anyway, and I just thought, well, you know what, I'll go through, I'll get myself back into practice with with this game as well. I'll go through and play it on normal mode again. So I got up to where the game previously cut off, on normal mode of course, so no red spikes all over the place or anything like that. It took me, 2 hours, well, as you can see there, 2 hours 23 minutes pretty much, and 452 deaths. I'm not sure whether to be happy or sad about that. Obviously, it's considerably better than what it was on what my death and time count were on challenge mode, but as I say, that was considerably more difficult. So yeah, on normal mode, I'm not sure whether that's anything to celebrate or not. But anyway, yeah, we'll be continuing the game forward on normal mode. There is no challenge mode, and yeah, let's just get on with it. So back in the final room we had previously, we'll have to clear this again. So basically, just need to pogo along these alien enemies. I'm expecting that to make it. I'm assuming as well that the music won't be quite so loud when we get through here. Yeah, cool. Hoping that's to turn my work to do too much for that. Apologies if this is really, really loud. But yeah, this spaceship was not here before. So yeah, hop on the get rid. Yeah, there was a door there previously, just went to nowhere. So yeah, hop pogo on all the enemies there, and we get into the spaceship, and we're taken to this area, which sounds very, very ominous. With the save, just in case anything horrible goes wrong. We can't get up here, we can't go back into the spaceship, not that I suppose we want to anyway. So yeah, let's just progress on with the game. So we get a missile here. To control the missile, keep hold of arrow keys in the direction you want it to go. So I'm just going to shoot it, and not to mess up horribly on the first screen. So yeah, you shoot it, and it will go out at least horizontally in the direction you're facing. So without doing anything, if you're facing right, it'll go right. If you're facing left, it'll go left. I guess I'll point this out now while we're... No, I won't. I'll miss the enemy and land on the spike. Nice. These things are not anything that you can stand on. They are actually... you do actually die on them. So, yeah. Pay attention to those and obviously be wary of them and avoid them later on through the level. So here we're going to have to get to our first sort of a proper kind of test with the missiles. We have to shoot it round there. I'm not gonna, okay, I thought I was going to mess up there and destroy all the blocks. So yeah, basically we shoot the missile round there. It's a bit hard to see now. I feel like there's a way of scrolling, maybe it's later on anyway, I can't remember, but of scrolling along to see where you need to go and stuff like that. But if I stand over here, actually, you can see that sort of like rotating warp icon. If you shoot the missile through that, it usually gets rid of some spikes. What I also had to do there was shoot it through, continue obviously through, loop it back around, and actually shoot away these structural blocks here. Because if I didn't shoot anything down here, then I'd just hit the spikes would go away, but I'd be left with an impassable blockade, and I wouldn't be able to get anywhere. So yeah, pay attention to that. So we're gonna one thing you do, and one thing that is, I guess, you do have to pay attention to in this sort of at least the first area, is that you have to, if you do mess up, then you have to restart, unfortunately. The missile does not, like, reload or anything like that, so, yeah, pay attention to that. This thing is pretty easy to duck under, it sort of moves. It's pretty easy to duck under, it's also pretty easy to accidentally land on a spike that you're just walking into a spike when you're backtracking a little bit over the left-hand side to try and prove a point, and then, you know, try and get out of its range on the right-hand side and accidentally walk onto a spike. Fantastic, but I'm out of range here. That was cataclysmically bad. But it moves. It's very, very predictable, as you can see there. There's plenty of time to duck under it. You can probably even jump over it as well, but going under it seems like the best thing to do. So just watch out for that. It does actually get very tight up there with the missiles, so yeah, do watch out. Again, if the missile touches a wall or anything like that, then it will, blow up. So you know, be careful about that. And just so that I don't make a horrible mess of trying to, for example, shoot the missile through this gap, I'm going to stand up right up close against this blockade and shoot. Thankfully, as you can see there, the explosion or whatever that's created from the missile actually, you know, hitting something does not damage the kid. So that's very, very nice. I would not have liked to have had to, for example, be over here out of harm's way if that did actually kill me, and shoot the missile through this gap or something like that to hit the blockade. So yeah, that's very helpful. That's very handy. That was very crap. Moving on. The missiles actually do take, or took me an awful long time to actually get to grips with when I first did this. I think we can actually stockpile 2 here, so yeah, we'll do that. We'll hit over here and hit this arrow, or this message, to see what it says. Tip: this section is much easier if you hold the right arrow while controlling the missile. So let's do that. Yeah, basically what I'm trying to do here is hit all these. Well, I'm going to try and maybe do this all in one go if we can. So that's good. I hit all the icons. Can we get the missile to survive? We can. It hasn't hit anything. So that's good. We should have all the spikes out of the way now, and we can hit the missile there and destroy those blocks. Shooting all the icons, I believe, took away the spikes here. I don't think that was possible to get down there before. Some really fancy corner jump might have been possible. I don't think so though. So yeah, but anyway, way beyond my capabilities. So I'm just going to hit all the icons to get rid of those spikes. But of course, we also had to go up here and get rid of this blockade as well. Otherwise, you know, we would have been stuffed with nowhere to go. I would have had a second missile. So for example, I can just show that off. Yeah. So if I had, for example, not done it all in one go. I mean, I've done it in one go. I'm pretty pleased with that. But yeah, you get two missiles there to play around with, which is kind of generous actually. He was hoping that from my bravado, yeah, thankfully I don't screw up on the Christmas tree jump, or as I like to call it, a Christmas tree jump at the end there, and we can move on and be fine. But yeah, somewhat generous actually there that you do get 2 missiles to play around with, not 1. I don't think 1 there would be you know, overly difficult, I must admit. But anyway, yeah, having the 2 is a nice fallback, and yeah, rather generous. I'm not going to reach the platform here now, I know. So we'll reset, or we'll probably die actually, and then we'll reset. But anyway, back to the missiles. They work as I think I've pretty much kind of explained. So you hold down a directional button and it moves in that direction. What can be very disorientating, although I like to think I'm a little bit better at it than I was when I first did it, is that as I think as this is proving to be quite good, is it can be a little bit tricky to get used to in terms of the direction you actually want it to go, as strange as that sounds. And the turning circle or the turning radius of the thing, so it doesn't, you know, hit blocks and stuff like that. What I mean about the directional button is, I don't know if I can actually point it out now or anything like that, but I'll do it maybe here. I'll maybe do it here before we move on. There's a section early on where it's going down, and you want to move it so it ends up going to the right. And to do that, you obviously just press the right button, and it will go to the right. It moves in the direction you press. But in real life, I'm driving a car, or I'm playing a driving game, and my car or vehicle is moving downwards. To go to the right, I want to turn left. So my brain instinctively thinks, oh, turn left. press left. If I pressed left there, I would have obviously gone left and curried into the wall rather than where I needed to go. So that can be a little tricky to get your head around when you first do it. But yeah, once you sort of get the hang of it, it's not too bad. It does have a little bit of a learning curve that goes with it. These icons you've probably seen, lots of games. They work very much as a speed boost. So yeah, in the direction that the arrows are moving. So yeah, watch out for those. We'll head over there. Is that going to be okay? Apparently not. Apparently I didn't hit the icon because this spike here I think would go away if I'd hit it. So somehow I managed to destroy the blocks behind it, but not hit that icon. Yeah, now the spike is gone. Good. As you clearly saw there, I obviously needed to hit the blocks past this little warp icon so that I could land here and actually progress. But yeah, apparently somehow I managed to miss the icon with my first attempt, which was very interesting. Okay, cool, that worked out nicely. We're going to take the middle route here because I don't fancy doing that on the way, going through that on the way back. It's not too bad, but frankly I'd rather just deal with the spikes there rather than those enemies on the top. Again, we can stand as close as we want to these blocks without fear of an explosion. So let's do that. Let's not worry about accidentally missing with the missile or anything like that. And yeah, you're actually doing pretty well. Moving on. So the minute you step onto these boost pads or whatever as well, you travel in that direction. So you don't actually have to hold down a direction button or anything like that once you've moved on to it. So that's what I'm pretty much going to... I think I'm going to pretty much do that here. I don't really want to move any faster than what I'm actually doing. Of course, where there isn't... there isn't the boost pads or anything like that. So from here, I obviously have to transition down to that drop and actually hit the right button, obviously, to get down the gap. But yeah, it's again, it's one of those things that takes a little bit of getting used to with the speed of how fast these things travel. And clearly, I'm actually messing up horribly on this bit here. Actually, do I want to? I think actually what I want to do there is shoot the missile. I think. Can't actually remember that. Obviously, there's a missile there, and I do see there's some blocks. There's some blocks there. Obviously, the timing for when to shoot the missile is a little bit interesting. But I think, actually, no, that's perfect demonstration. What happens, as you can see here, is that you get stuck while the missile is actually shooting. So you don't travel time in some degree in terms of the kid's movement. Doesn't progress while the missile is being fired. So yeah, that's an interesting little thing to, yeah, very helpful actually, I guess, as well. Obviously, if we were shooting the missile while we were on the floor there, and we were still moving on to the right-hand side, then yeah, the chances are we could end up hitting the spikes on the floor and come a cropper. So the fact that time sort of actually seems to stop, at least for the kid, is actually very, very nice. This jump here, I'm actually going to hold the right button there to try and get through that, because it actually looks like it's quite a distance away. I could actually hold the right button here and maybe make this, maybe not the first jump, maybe not the second one either, actually, as I came a cropper there. But yeah, maybe. Actually, I'm not going to hold the direction button at all on this top bit. In fact, I'm not even going to hold the direction button at all until we get down to the bottom, because I just think I'm probably making it just overly difficult and overly complicated for myself, particularly since I've sort of got something of an idea of the physics when we're not holding it. But that last little jump there is yeah, kind of tricky. I feel like it's a little too long to actually jump through without using a directional button to get a little bit of extra distance. But getting the height required for what is in effect a gate jump that's that you wouldn't be able to get to through normal means, I don't think, without that's way too early there, without a speed boost. Yeah, timing out the gate jump there is a little tricky. And clearly this section is obviously kicking my backside second race of Sunday as a sort of punishment for me sort of saying or suggesting that I was doing a good job earlier. This clearly seems to be the most tricky bit of this whole area so far. I think that probably... Actually, I don't think that does hold true initially. I think I would have had a far trickier time initially getting up to speed with the missiles, particularly when they're having to control lots of them. So I think this probably was nowhere near... And that jump there is a bit of a pain in the neck. Yeah, I don't think this would have been anywhere near the most tricky bit first time out. But yeah, now that I've got at least having played it before, obviously, a decent idea of them. Wow! The missiles, how they work. yeah, this is definitely proving the most tricky so far. I would imagine that the rest as well. I think there's a few missile sections coming up, but I don't think they'll be... I'm hoping they won't be as tricky as this. I feel like I need to hold right there, not for the top bit. Why do I keep messing up this top bit now by holding directional up? But that bit at the bottom there feels like it's way too long of a gap, or way too long of a jump if I don't hit the right button. But every single bloody time... Okay, so that time I deliberately jumped just a tad lower. Didn't hit the spike on the ceiling, but unfortunately hit the spike on the floor. So, okay. We've got and that worked with holding the right button there. So I think that's fine. I just need to get the jump height correct, which I can't do for the life of me at all. Oh boy! What was shaping up to be a pretty decent area. Initially, it's turned into a bit of a shocker. But this one section here is clearing without trying to sound too pompous. Okay, good, finally. There's clearing most areas. Of the other areas, no problem at all. Oh no, that's no good at all. That's not going to work at all, in fact, because I'm gonna. Yeah, I can't jump up there anyway. So let's introduce to my next gimmick. So this time, the missiles do respawn, and thank goodness, because otherwise this would be absolutely bloody awful. I'm just going to stay down here, actually, just collect the other missiles. And that didn't even work. Nice. So I might even reset this, frankly, because I've probably... well, okay, that's salvageable from there. So I've got the ball in almost like a pretty dreadful position. But, for God's sake. I think it does automatically face me right, actually, when I... Maybe not. I don't know. When I recollect it, yeah, it actually it did there. In fact, I'm going to stop there, and it faced me right. So yeah, it does automatically face me right when I. In fact, I'm just going to reset this because the ball is in an absolutely bloody awful position. Hopefully, we can sort of get this maybe first go. Close, but no. Because yeah, on the left-hand wall there, it was just. Oh, sorry, on the right-hand wall there, it was just a bit of a pain to get the missile like behind it and actually shoot it over. All I can say is. We're going to reset that then. All I can say is thank you at least for the respawning missile thing here, because this would be absolutely awful to do without the... Does the ball even kill me? It does. I think I actually found that out rather hilariously when I did this for the first time. That didn't hit it? Are you joking me? That was almost like it bounced off the corner of the thing. Okay, so this is obviously a little bit finicky. That's going to be no good now either. Yeah, we're obviously trying to hit this ball thing into that crosshairs icon up the top there. But yeah, again, thank you for the respawning thing. If you had to like reset every time, that must do it. Thank goodness. And that's all we have to do for that one. Good. Yeah, if we had to like reset, obviously every time, like I would have done earlier actually if we messed up, because I don't respawn every time that failed, then that would have been awful. We've got one missile here, so what we're going to do here is we're hopefully going to hit all these icons. And then what do we need to do with this thing? We need to do something with this ball. Oh, just hit it to get rid of the block over here. And hopefully I've not put this in a terrible position. Yeah, okay, it's not in a bad position. What I did here, completely accidentally, coincidentally, on my first go through, was when I knocked the ball, because it hit all these icons. It ended up about, I can't actually get there now, obviously, because the things are pushing me back to the right. But you can imagine it sort of ended up about to the left inside those things. And I made my jump and I ran into it. I'm not sure there was actually too much I could have done. It was literally plumb in the way. There was literally nothing I could do about it. I had another missile to knock it out of the way. It was just complete dumb luck that, yeah, I just happened to shoot the thing, so it was right in the bloody way, and there was nothing I could do about it. So, yeah, I did have knowledge previously that I still picked up another missile. Was that saved over from something, or what? Or where did I pick that up from? I have no idea where I picked up that extra missile. Maybe I could have done that a second go, I don't know. I'm not sure where that extra missile came from, really not sure. But anyway, yeah. I didn't have first-hand knowledge of the bloody orb ball thing actually killing you if you ran into it, because, yeah, I accidentally stuck myself up here first time round. Okay, good, we are at the boss. We'll let this play out first time round, of course, obviously. Ridley and Friends. So this is a fairly straightforward boss. I am going to turn that down when in fact I'm going to reset that and turn it down now, rather than have it that loud, because that's painfully loud. We're going to skip the intro now. But yeah, I think this is a reasonably straightforward boss. Didn't take me that long to beat when you're not hiding up, right at the top of the screen. So yeah, it likes to shoot out these three like projectiles in diagonally here, or one diagonally, one up downwards, one diagonally upwards, and one horizontally. And after that, it spends a lot of its time rushing from one side of the screen to the other, just shooting out projectiles. That move is always the one that gets me. It does a tremendous job of faking out where he's going to fall down. I really do not want you to do this move right up at the top because it's very bloody hard to hit. You have to do like a double jump at like right at the highest height, or you can't hit it. So going right up to the top of the screen is unfortunately a bit of a pain. But yeah, I think we've pretty much seen all this thing's attacks. But yeah, that one unfortunately where he goes off the screen and then dives down, it is really difficult sometimes to appreciate where he's actually going to come down. He doesn't seem to home in on you completely. He sort of fakes it out, and like for example here, he didn't go to my right. He went a bit to my left there, and wasn't not directly underneath me. So that can be a little bit hard to. Or it can be that's liable. The attack is liable to get me if there's anything. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. That's only part one though. So next we have a little alien thing here to avoid. I think the middle here is a pretty good safe spot. If memory serves, you can't attack him during this phase. You just have to do a bit of avoidance. But as I say, middle of the screen is pretty straightforward to be honest. A wave of these orbs coming down, which isn't too bad at all. And then we get this sort of, well, it feels very Metroid based obviously. So yeah, we go to the centre, we collect the missile, and we whack it into him. Obviously, you want to be careful there, so it's because you're obviously going to get stuck at that point in time. But the enemies don't stop moving. So yeah, you need to be careful and pick your moment there when you want to attack. But if you stay in the middle platform, I'm not going to do that with this one. I want to get a little more out of the way here so that I don't get stuffed. So I'm going to wait for a little bit more of an opening and then go round. I think we're done. Good. Like I said, easy boss. But yeah, with the time not stopping there, you want to pick your moment there with the missile and attack it. 3 hits into the Metroid thing, so takes it out. So yeah, the first wave, the things come from the side of the screens. Second wave, they come down from the ceiling, and the third wave, he shoots out those small projectiles. But yeah, just pick your moment when nothing's going to either come at you at the same height on the first phase, down on your head on the second one. And for the third one, as I say, because the projectiles shoot out of him, I want to get a little bit away from him, not stand on the middle platform, which is obviously for the first 2 phases reduces the time the missile's in the air. But for the third one, I don't want to get caught out by something coming out right on top of me and have no time to react to it. So yeah, head down to the bottom of the screen and use the missile there. If it looks like I'm about to get hit as well on that last one, I can jettison the missile or something, try and run it off screen or run it into a wall or the floor or something so I can get my movement back. But yeah, overall, pretty straightforward boss. Don't think I died too many times to it. Yeah, first phase is pretty straightforward if he's not at the top there, out of range. The only real difficult attack I find is the one where he drops down from the ceiling. I find that very hard to predict. If indeed you can completely predict where he's going to be. He's not always right on top of you. He's sometimes a little bit in front of you, and you plough into him. The second phase, avoidance, is pretty straightforward once you know where to be, and I'd say the middle or the bottom seems like a pretty good safe spot. And the third phase is probably the easiest of a lot, frankly. So yeah. Anyway, our reward seems to be a squeezy jar of mustard. Our sandwich is almost completed. Mustard comes from the Latin words mustum ardennes, meaning burning wine. Cool. I think just, yeah. Okay, so yeah, time bomb set, blah, 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 blah. 2 seconds, you think, oh god, what do I need to do? But no, the bomb just sends you back here, and everything's absolutely fine. So yeah, don't worry about the that, thinking, oh god, what am I going to do? Thankfully there's no troll there where you die, or anything like that. It's just, yeah, the bomb exploding on screen, but it takes you back to the hub world, and yeah, everything's fine, you don't have to worry about that. I'm not sure whether that's new or not, but anyway, let's read it anyway. Hey there, kid. There's some bread inside me. You can now make your sandwich. Thank you for playing. Just kidding. Your journey isn't over yet. Okay, I don't think we would have seen that message before. I don't think we would have collected all the parts to the sandwich. So yeah. But of course, yeah, our journey's not over. We're going to have to backtrack through this area. Actually, we're not going to have to backtrack too much through, thankfully. Just for this area here. And you can see here we've got, not counting here, it looks like we've got ham, cheese, lettuce, tomato, Not sure what the other thing is. Mustard and something else. Not quite sure. Can't remember what the other bits are. Or what that is, anyway. Looks like it could be some... possibly bacon or something, but I don't think that is what it is. But anyway, we've collected these 6 sandwich items. I don't know if these actually kill me. No, they don't. Good. I think I might have actually deliberately avoided hitting any of those when I went in the wall before. But anyway, yeah. Now begins your greatest test, kid. Good luck. Yeah, thankfully we don't have to go through that hub area too much. We end up in sort of a joke area, I feel like, at this time. So let's reset that. I want a bit of Patrick game. So we get a little bit of a sort of a medley. And yeah, to me, the first bit of it seems like joke stuff. That won't be the case later on. What? What happened to my jump there? I don't know what happened there. That was absolutely awful. I swear I pressed the jump button. Don't know why it didn't work. Cool, we didn't mess up the gate jump. And yeah, definitely a troll section or joke section. I want to be the keyboard. Oh my goodness. I can't remember where all these safe spots are. Blur. There are various safe spots along the ground. I can't remember where they all are. So yeah, that's no good, obviously. This one? No, not that one. So that one, maybe the next one along, and maybe one of these ones. Not that one. But yeah, if we're referencing one of the worst games possibly ever, and certainly deserving of last place in Yo Sniper's second fan game contest, it was I Want to Be the Keyboard. I Want to Be the collab. Interesting. Oh, that kills me. Whoops. Didn't actually appreciate that. I thought that was a platform for some reason. I thought this one here actually was going to like knock me to the side or something like that. But obviously, yeah, these things are actually deadly and not platforms. So yeah, let's do that again. Do it a bit better, hopefully. But yeah, like I said, this feels like the joke medley sort of section. Yeah, we'll get into like what I feel is like a proper medley section a bit later. But yeah, for now we've got the joke one. Although this game isn't bad. Quite an interesting imagination. I don't know about I Want to Be the Patrick game or not. That thing came flying at me. Is that supposed to happen, or is that? Or I don't know. Not quite sure if that's supposed to fly at me there or not. Time this out. Yeah, Collab, for example, is not a bad game. I Want to Be the Keyboard most certainly is, but the Collab is not. Collab 2 is better, but whoops, that was dumb. And I can't really comment on the Patrick game one, but yeah, they might not be all bad. They're still has the makings for a fairly joke area. I mean, these guys over here definitely sell that. Okay, be spooked. I'm not sure if that's I want to be spooked or what, but yeah, who cares anyway? Let's just move on. Ah, I didn't miss the walk. Good. Crimson Needle ripoff. Okay, so this one it looks like we've obviously got a giant sprite of something blocking our main line of vision. Frankly, the needle here is not that tricky at all. So, in theory, I think the fact that we are sort of blocked off. I mean, yeah, obviously it's going to make a little bit of a difference, but it really shouldn't make that much of a difference. I mean, bonking my head there is just absolutely awful and would have caused me a death no matter what happened there. That was just absolutely awful. But yeah, in all honesty, yeah, okay, fine. The extra hitbox or not being able to see the complete hitbox should make some difference, but not a huge amount. I'm just being absolutely awful at the moment. Didn't think it was going to make much of a difference, but apparently it is. I would be absolutely gutted, for example, if I died this much without this hitbox. So, yeah, like I said, making a difference, but hopefully not too much of one. Good grief, that was pretty bad. Beat the wannabes. And went to a barman section here, just avoiding the bombs, we should be absolutely fine. Again, nothing like, wow. I'm not actually sure, because I don't recall actually seeing them explode before, so I don't actually think I died to this when I first went through, so yay me for dying on something that I previously hadn't done. Again, nothing here is difficult, so frankly dying on anything here is pretty embarrassing. But yeah, this isn't what I'd say, yeah, this is bad or anything like that, I'd say, but yeah, it's not like it's that difficult or anything. Go bananas! This is a really fun section, actually, in a really fun game. So the gimmick to bananas is that you can actually draw. I think I've done probably an absolutely appalling job there in terms of time. So yeah, you can actually draw platforms and such like that with the mouse. So what you need to do here I'm doing a terrible job here of like finding the gaps in the fruit here. I think in the game, in the proper game itself, actually, it might even be that. I'm sure I remember it sort of blocking off certain projectiles and certain bits and pieces here. It doesn't actually seem to be blocking or stopping the fruit here, so it's still like travelling through the thing, which is kind of irritating actually. Also, is like failing on pretty much like the first few manoeuvres here, so this is pretty embarrassing at the moment. Oh my goodness! All I want to do is use the mouse to drag a ledge up here that I can stand on. I can't find a way through this gap here. I'm either putting the thing in like the worst possible place. I should be able to get through that. I really should be able to get through that. I don't know why I'm finding that so difficult. I'm gonna change my tack and do that. I didn't do that. I swear I didn't do that when I first did this. But at the moment, I'm finding it ridiculously. I can't like find the that makes things considerably easier. Just persisting with something that doesn't actually shouldn't, that's just awful. But I didn't do that the first time through. But for some reason, I just couldn't find a gap through what I was doing there. As you can see, after a certain amount of time, you can't hang about. It does fall away. Obviously, you can drag another one, so you can sort of do that in have multiple ones on the screen as well. But as I say, it's a very fun mechanic actually, and I do really like it in the I Want to Go Bananas game. So yeah, very very fun. I want to survive. Going to move to the right hand side. I assume we're done with that. Cool. I'm going to restart that because I'm pretty sure I didn't need to be just set off immediately. So this is, in fact, I'm going to restart that because I was too slow there setting off as well. So I'm not sure if this is invincible or I want to be the invisible or whatever that actually said, because there's a clear spelling thing in there. I'm assuming that's obviously deliberate. But yeah, basically we've got this character chasing us from the left hand side, and basically we just need to keep moving to the right hand side and not go at the top there at the end, because we need to go in the middle. In the door. Unfortunately, the pillar there sort of makes it look like it's a kind of a solid wall or something, and actually it's going to block your progress. So yeah, that's not where you're supposed to go. Yeah, ignore what looks like the pillar there. Head in the middle section. Yeah, the door is where we actually need to go. Okay, needle. And if you actually thought that was going to be... I might actually reset that just so we can have a look at the screen. Because I must admit, when I first saw this, I thought, oh my god, are you actually kidding? But no, all you have to do is survive that first bit. Which is appreciated. So yeah, we moved down here. We'll don't think you can die by going off screen here, no. But yeah, we'll head in the house. We'll read the book. Oh, Bob's diary. Day 1. I've always dreamt of being a famous medley maker. Today marks the start of my journey as the greatest game maker of all time. I'm going to need someone who can do all the work for me though, especially the intro. Day 7. I found some round guy named Biff who wanted to make my game for me. He told me he was the maker of such classics as I Want to Clench My Sphincter and I Want to Be the Fermented Pineapple, so I knew I was in good hands. Day 20. Development is going well, but I don't think it's hard enough. I don't see a single corner jump yet. I'm going to need a tester who can tell me how good the game is. I don't really know anyone who can do that though. Maybe I'll have to lure someone. Day 22. I found a kid living alone and I think he's the perfect tester for my new medley game. My plan is to steal his sandwich ingredients so that he will be forced to seek them out and stumble into my medley, bringing my plan to fruition. Note to self, I should probably hide this thing better. My mum found this book earlier and it was pretty embarrassing. Cool, always nice to have some self-referential humour there. I think I might actually pause when we get to the end of this, but I'm going to get to the point where, seriously, this is just so relaxing. I could almost like have this sort of playing in the background while I was sleeping, and this would help me like get to sleep early on. I like having the sound of like gentle rain sort of to help me get to sleep. But so yeah, this would be very helpful for that. But yeah, nothing really here, just a nice aesthetic. So we're going to head over to the right hand side of the screen. We're going to go here. And yeah, this marks the sort of beginning of the true medley. So we got sort of a bit of a medley, joke medley section there, with like, I don't want to say joke games. Some of them clearly are, like I Want to Be the Keyboard, for example, but some of them actually come from fairly decent games, but they all have some sort of element of silliness to them. So yeah, I'd call that the kind of the joke medley section. But that brings us to the real medley section, where we're basically going to have a recap, if you will, of areas we've previously seen in this game. So yeah, I think that's probably a good place to pause it there. We're going on for just over half an hour or so. So yay! Got the Metroid air section done, including the boss, and we got through like the joke medley section. So yeah, we'll leave it there, and next time we will kick off the sandwich medley section. Hope to see you next time for that. But until then, cheerio.